தண்ணி மாற்றிருப்பாங்களா?
ஆமாம், இதுக்கு முன்னாடி இருக்கிறவங்க கீழே போய் அதை தூக்கிடுவான் திங்ஸை. லிஃப்ட்டு போயிட்டு இருக்கல.
மார்னிங் பாஸ்.
தினேஷ்
இல்லைம்மா உள்ளுக்குமா ரைட்டில்
டிஷர்ட் இல்லாமல் மனசை கஷ்டப்படுத்துறீங்க.
Just a self-motivation to upgrade ourselves and learn something more from the experts. So we have here our first speaker for the day, Dr. Ms. Mangalam. Welcome you, ma'am, to our event. To today's events, we will kickstart with her presentation. She is the founder and managing trustee of Exnora Green Pummel and holds a doctorate in nutrition. She was a chief nutritionist for USAID in India, coordinating 3,500 odd maternal and child health care centers. She was also the director of Women's Development Program in the Indian Social Institute, New Delhi, and was responsible for designing and implementing agricultural training for 25,000 women farmers. Under her pioneering leadership, Exnora Green Pummel has become a widely recognized role model for solid waste management and an award-winning example of public-private partnership. Exnora Green Pummel has replicated its waste management practices in over a dozen Indian localities in partnership with local administrators and residents, providing improving public health, protecting the environment, and demonstrating that the government's municipal solid waste management regulations are workable, relevant, and effective. Her efforts and dedication has not gone unnoticed. She has earned several awards, including Sutrasura Kavalar Award in June 2013 from TNPCB, Servant of the Poor from Confederation of NGOs of Rural India, and several others. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Dr. Ms. Mangalam V.
Check. Check.
It's working, right? Gus? Where is the presentation? Don't touch the system to know this.
Hello. I request all the participants and volunteers to register yourself at the registration desk. There's the blood donation camp is going on, so at any time during the day, kindly feel free to go and donate blood. And I request all of you to put your phones on silent while the speaker is presenting. That's only the basic courtesy that we can give to the event. Thank you so much.
Good morning to everyone. First of all, it is my clean and green greetings to all the nature lovers. I'm really delighted to be here on a Sunday morning to share our little experiences, whatever we had done during the last 20 years in making the message clear that garbage is everybody's business. It's not right now it is nobody's business, but I'm here with a mission to really make this as everybody's business. How this can be done, this I would like to share with you, my dear young volunteers, Trek Polamaa. So it's a garbage yatra Polamaa. So with your consent, I would like to really just show some of our experiences and what is it we can really achieve to make this as everybody's business. There should be some interest, isn't it? Then only everybody will get involved. Unless you have a passion, unless you have a mission, nothing is really possible in this world. So how to really make this as your passion? I have many examples and you can select any one of it to make this garbage as everybody's business. Now you all know when we were all in schools, we had speaking about golden age, iron age, all these things. But you know, my dear children, where are we now? We are in garbage. If you really do not really take care of this garbage business now, all of us are going to be immersed in garbage. And then it is going to be a great threat to our well-being. All of us, either you are in industry or you are in IT sector or in your social sector. What is it, we are trying to really achieve? Well-being, isn't it? That's a well-being. Our ancestors had really given us a very good land, water and soil. But what are we doing now? We are spoiling our planet. Isn't it? So therefore, what is it, which I can give it to my children, and then in your age, for your children, what is it, you are going to save this? Bank balances? Houses? What is it, we are going to change? We have our responsibility to really leave this planet with good soil, with good protected water, and then air. That is the biggest, wealth we can really, leave to our, children, future generation. I call them green generation. If you really want to make this as a green generation, let us see what is our responsibility to make this really green. Can I just have these slides, please? In Exnora, we always have a slogan saying that we need to really see what is happening globally. And then what is it, we can act locally. And then what is it we can do domestically. Because everything has to start from you. We cannot really blame others. I was just, very delighted to see some of the visual communication which you have been showing before this, talk. It's very inspiring. It's very inspiring. So let us really know, you talk about global warming, you talk about, deforestation, and then what is happening to biodiversity. All these things now it has to start from you, within you. Who's really putting the garbage? Is it coming from heaven? You and I are responsible for it. Now I think for the last 1 year there have been so many initiatives by many groups like you, and you say that my waste, my responsibility. This is my town. This is waste is your responsibility. All these kind of different slogans are going on. Now what I am going to try to say that is waste is wealth. Whether wealth, do you want to really throw it out? What do you want to say? You want to accumulate. Even if I say that 1 kilo of garbage is going to fetch you 5 rupees, then all of us are going to steal waste and keep it with you, because it's going to really bring some remuneration or money or anything. So let us. That's the thing which I would like to really show you here. If you really see what is the waste? It is an unavoidable byproduct of human activities. You all agree? That is the waste. Every time, every minute, every second, from morning till night, you just start, having an audit of all the waste what you are generating it. It will be amazing. And out of which 90% avoid, that is the awakening, that is the awareness all of us need to really have it. If you really see our India, it's the 7th largest country in terms of area, and it is the 2nd largest in terms of population. And if you really take our Tamil Nadu itself, it's the most urban population state. And with the increased fast urbanization and industrialization and government focus and private sector development, because as I told you, many people are now taking care of either it is a coastal cleaning or beach cleaning or garbage cleaning, whatever it is. There are a lot of private sectors, and if you take IT sector, everybody is coming in. So therefore our solid waste management is going to really witness expansion both in terms of volume and value. So therefore now we have to be prepared for it. Next please. Now I would like to show 3 or 4 slides, the pathetic condition in which all of us are really living with it. If you go to IT corridor in Thoripakam road on both sides, on bypass road, what do you see? It's all this kind of a mixed, unsegregated waste being littered all along. Next. And in this thing, what we do, all our, cattle are grazing on it. And then, because now the elections are around the corner, now we have lots of posters and everything, you will see a group of cattle which are really, licking and eating all those things. But from there, we are taking milk, and it is the first sacred thing, for our well-being. So, but who has really done all these things? It is we. We have littered all this unsegregated waste outside our premises. Next. And many of the people, the whole irony is, hundreds and thousands of our own sisters and brothers are making a livelihood out of it. Therefore, dear friends, when I stand before you, I don't stand like Dr. Mangalam or have you with many, experiences or anything. I represent hundreds and thousands of rag pickers who make a livelihood out of it. So when they are making a livelihood of it, is it not our responsibility to give them a decent thing so that they can pick it up? What do? They just lay their hands in your, tied up, plastic bags where your, sanitary pads and then, diapers are really into it, or sambar and chutney is really wrapped and then roped in. So this kind of, then, they just open it and take the plastic, or there may be some kind of metals are there which is going to really, give them a very good, if you really, I have really done a survey. And these people, in a day, they earn nearly 100 to 200 rupees out of the waste you and I are throwing it. But we are throwing it in a very unhygienic and unsegregated manner. So if we really give them in a segregated manner, and you have a very good responsibility of giving them a dignity of life. Is it not our responsibility? When we talk about, citizens and my responsibility and everything, from the waste you and I are generating, and we are just littering it in a very unhygienic manner. From that unhygienic manner, these people are making a livelihood out of it. So there, my work starts. I want to really give them a decent livelihood to them. So that what is the main thing we can do it? Next, please. Again. And, who are the polluters? Who are the really culprits? And many people, though we do the door-to-door services in many parts of the city, but there are many people, when we go at their doorsteps, because their timing, especially IT sector, because they are the ones, they just do, when the morning times you go, they are not really available. But when they go to the office, what do? It's very convenient to wrap it up, all your garbage and everything, throw it into the vacant plots. Vacant plots is the dump yard for them. So if you really come to our area, it's just a developing area, and it's the suburbs of Chennai. Like that in many places you can see, there are many vacant plots. It's very convenient for them, to really drop their wastage. As they just move into the two-wheeler, just, throw it out. This is a common scene in a weed. This is the place where we see all the littering, Next. So this is how, in a very crowded, residential area, there are pockets of vacant plots which is being used by our honorable citizens to really throw that waste in an unsegregated manner. Next. So what is the problem? That all of you are really aware of this, scene and everything. So what is the solution for this mess? The real magic word is, I would like to say that, segregation of your waste at source. How many of us in this room are really segregating our source, waste? So how many of us? There are nearly 60 or 70 people. Only 2 people are doing it. Are they not deserving a big round of applause? So next time when I come and see you, I think, Peter and myself, we have been planning to have some kind of, demonstration and everything. At least the people, those who have come here on this beautiful Sunday morning, that all of you should really do your segregation of your waste at source. This is the vote, I think, I would all of you, request you to make it. Will we do it? So what is the benefit of it? Because everybody will say, okay, I'll do it. But your corporation people will come and put everything in unsegregated manner, put all in one thing and take it to Perungudi. So why should I do it? Is it not? This is the next question. Wherever I go and address, this is the kind of question I always face it. Now let's see how we can really do this and how we can really change this scenario. Next. So how do we do it? Because many people say we are all very busy. We have to go to office and we have to make our children ready for the schools, and I have a sick my mother-in-law or somebody, I have to take care of it. I have no time to segregate my waste. This is the thing everybody would like to really say that. But what you know, in every house you buy your rice pack or anything. Is it available? Olive oven bags? Is it available? I'm not even advocating you need to have color-coded, basket. Then, the question comes, who will buy, who will supply? Because in our government, everything comes free. So when it is given free and then everybody thinks, that all these things also should be provided free of cost. But it is your waste, it's our waste. So it's our responsibility. So the simple thing is at the home level, only you have to have only 2 categories of waste. I'm not even going to the other 27 categories of waste which we are segregating it, which the other slides will show you. But what we say, dry waste and wet waste. Because we are living in tropical country. We cannot really in our food habits. So our food habits, mostly we do a semi-liquid kind of a food habits, we are used to it. All this pizza and dry food culture have just recently come in for the convenience sake. But at home, what do we do it? சாம்பாரும் ரசமும் இல்லாமல் சாப்பிட முடியுமா? மோர் இல்லாமல் சாப்பிட முடியுமா? வெறும் பிரெட் மாத்திரம் சாப்பிட முடியுமா? முடியாது. That is our food habit. So what you do, dry waste and then your wet waste. Your wet waste, normally in any house in a broken bucket or whatever it is, you just store your wet waste. What is the wet waste contain? Wet waste is your kitchen peel, kitchen vegetable waste or leftover food or whatever it is. So that is the moisture content which you cannot mix it with your dry waste. So you just keep it separately. All your other dry waste, your paper or your brush thing, broken toothbrush, whatever it is, all these things you just put it into this is my own house. I just put into, every month or every once in 2 months you buy a rice bag. You just take it out and then put it on in a window. Because many people say, because I work in many slum areas. So when you go to slum area, the first question what they will say is, Edame illa. Where do we store our waste? There is no place for us. So, but in every house there will be a window, isn't it? So in that you can just hook it and then put it and start depositing your dry waste. If you really see that, a family having 5 people or 5 members in the family, to fill in this 2 bags it will take 1 month. That you need to really have an audit, which with all our children and the schools and everything we have done it. Because whenever you go outside, the culture of us is not to carry our bag. Everything is really available in sachets. Either your oil or milk or water, whatever it is, all in a clean packed thing. And whenever you come to a house, that becomes a waste. So what do? You just throw it out. It just goes and flocks into your water body, and then your rainwater is not getting percolated down to the soil, which is a normal duty. How do we get? What is the water source? What's the main source of water? What's the main source of water? Rain. That's the only source. And that water we need to really preserve it. It has to be percolated down to the soil. But what we do it with all our urgent habits, unhygienic habits, without knowing innocent habits. We just use our plastic bags and everything, which we throw it, which the other films which are already given a very good idea what are the harms it's really doing it for our water body, sea and other living animals and living species. Next. Now what we have done, which we have those who are not able to really even to do this kind of work, because we are all working in a very easy life. Everything has to be easy life. But the topic what we are dealing with, unglamorous subject, that is garbage. That's why we don't have much people also in this auditorium, because it has to be glamorous. If you want to talk something, it has to be glamorous. An old lady coming and talking about unglamorous subject, then it doesn't really, the meaning, the message will not really go very far. Therefore, you have to really work and then motivate. So then, then in a way what we have done is, this is a group of people from Kerala people. One of their Kerala, I do not know how many of you are Keralites. And when we went and started the program in Kerala, they said, you can collect any amount of garbage from my house, but that garbage vehicle should not pass through the street. So then how do we do it? Is an aerobrake, can we take it? Because seeing is believing. So a group of government councillors, because they all came here and then we showed how it can be really stored. Next. So now having said all these problems, and then magic word is only the segregation at source. I would like to really touch upon some of the things. It can be done only with people's participation. But if you really see the government initiatives recently in many parts of India, they have been a lot of high technology they would like to bring in. They would like to talk in terms of 100 crores or 200 crores or 300 crores project to really solve the problem of solid waste management in a city. Do we need that kind of a thing? Who is really generating waste? I mean you. And for that, there should be another outside technology has to come with a capital heavy investment to treat your waste? No. So there are simple technologies available that can be done with people's participation, and then the people, those who come from abroad, they don't have a concept of rag pickers. They think what I have shown you, this kind of picking up garbage from the dump yard, they don't have rag pickers phenomena at all. Whereas we are really bounded with lots of rag pickers. And therefore their technology and everything will not really suitable to our country. Therefore, how we can really do it with people's participation, that's what we have to address it. And another thing, who is generating all this packed food and everything? Well-to-do. And then that scrap and the waste is going to really provide job opportunities to many of our oppressed women. Have you gone and seen Kodingiyur dump yard? How many of you have gone and seen Kodingiyur dump yard and Perugudi? And how many people, how many children are picking up the waste? So it provides a livelihood for those women and children. So therefore, we have to really see this. Waste is a resource, waste is an input, and it's going to really provide employment. So now it has come into business. So ugly waste has really transformed itself into doing a good business, green economy. That's what I would like to really touch upon, to see that how it can become a business. Now, as I told you already, the magic word is segregation at source. These are all the pictures which we have been doing it. Currently we are doing it in 4 areas in Chennai as well as in Kalpakkam township. So we undertake township area, gated community, or the open municipality area, wherever people are really interested to do the source segregation, and then we have like a source segregation every day. So many foreigners, when they come and see our area, they say, how often do you collect the waste? We say every day. Every day at the doorsteps we do the service. Amazing, because the same people, when they go abroad, the same Munusami or Patumami or whosoever goes abroad to really do the babysitting for their grandchildren. And they come back and then they have a very big glory to tell this. In my daughter's house, we do so good. Why don't you do the same thing in Chennai? Who is preventing you? Because the law is poor. If you don't do it, then the fine will be really taken away from your bank account. Here we are living in a democratic country. Nobody is really questioning you. So you have the liberty of throwing it. The same Munusami or Pattamami, they come and throw the thing outside in the open plot. So therefore it is the responsibility of the citizens, the responsibility of you and I. So this is how we have really engaged, or we have given them all the rag pickers. they name as green ambassadors. They are the one ambassadors providing, messaging green messages between the management and the community. So they are known as green ambassadors. They go every day door to door. In Pammal area itself, we have 125 of them. All of them, are all, 90% of our, field people are all women. Yesterday only we celebrated the International Women's Day. Inspiring progress is the theme. So the inspiring change and progress, what we are demonstrating every day is an International Women's Day for us and for these people, because it involves them livelihood, it involves them good, beginning. So we have 2 or 3 kinds of, mechanism to connect it. One is through the bags or through the push carts or through the cycle rickshaw, whichever is convenient. Because we work in a suburb area where the roads and everything is not well paved. So that according to the area. Earlier we were doing it with bullock cart, but when the government said bullock carts should not be utilized, I do not know for whatever reason. So therefore we have to really comply with the rules. Next. So what we have done is, we have really, as I have already told you, we don't really invest in a very heavy capital investment. We always seek for people's participation. We can collect it, we can process it, but who has to do the segregation? Segregation has to be done at source. It has to be the people's participation. Next. So if you really see that the whole unsegregated waste in a dump yard or anything which I had shown you, is it not related to all our consumption what you and I are really doing it as an activity? If you really see the municipal solid waste, you have a lot of recyclable materials like glass, plastic, metal and aluminium. It's all mixed there. And household waste, if you really see that, paint, batteries, pesticide and e-waste. Nobody will give you Hindu paper. None of us will give the Hindu paper or Avin Pal milk cover. You know the value, so you want to store it. But all these things has got a value which we need to really tell the people. It's why I have told as a green ambassadors, because they are saving. Nearly 50% of the waste they are saving, not going to the landfill, because it gives them as a resource. It gives them, they sell it and then make a livelihood out of it. And then then clothing and plastics, it's all mixed together. And then biodegradable waste, food and kitchen waste, that is also mixed and then goes to the landfill area. Then the construction, demolition, toxic to human, many of these things like small clinics. There is a very good, toxic link, and then for all the hospitals, hazardous waste is being really collected. But the small clinics, they are really just opening it and then putting it into the nalla. Like we live in a suburban area where there is no underground storage. All along we have only in the name of stormwater drain. On both the road sides we have the nallas. And then it's very convenient for our people, for my brothers and sisters, to throw the waste into that nalla, including the clinics. So this is the composition. But whenever people talk about they just give a very glamorous look. This is an organic, this is an inorganic. But when we deal with the waste, it's a composition of all this waste. And how do we really segregate? That is the biggest challenge. I think we need to really address it. Because talking small and talking at my level, it's very simple. But when you are talking about the collective level, those who cannot do it. See, like, in a row of houses, there are 50 houses. 20 houses like you, honorable members, they can really segregate at source. 30 people like me, who are very lazy, we would like to really throw. Then how do we ensure that community as a clean community? Therefore, we have to really address it as a composite problem in a collective manner, not in a piecemeal manner. So that's how our services are very challenging, and every day we face challenges, and our 120 green ambassadors plus 10 supervisors and the backup support. It's because it's a science, and when you are really doing the recycling, it has to be dealt with professionally. You cannot just do it in a haphazard manner. So the entire group of people are giving the service, to make this, reality, to make this thing to happen in a very reality. The same thing, how we have segregated. So now I have told you what are the segregation things. You have milk sachets and you have thin plastic. low LDP, MDP, HDP, and then Raja is here with us, and he is our very big professional doing the maximum resource recovery from the thing. He will be able to really tell you what each one really gets it. 1 kilo enna price, what is this price per kg, all these things, and more than him, my green ambassadors are the smartest group. They will tell you how to really take care of the whole garbage and everything. So this is how we have really separated each day, and each day, end of each day, and because these are the things collected, segregated by the residents, collected by our green ambassadors, and then we don't really touch upon any money on that. What we do is, end of the day, he just weighs it, comparable with our local kabadi wala, we give them on-hand payment, so that they don't really, put their hands in a dirty way or unhygienic way. So the well-being of our people is the most important. At the end of the day, what we are like, Arogyamana world, well-being. So that has been really assured. So now these are all the different categories of the thing. That's like 27 categories we just segregate from the waste what you and I are generating. If it is all mixed together, there is no value. So in Exnora, we always say that don't separate your religion, don't separate your caste. Even there should not be difference between men and women. Men and women should jointly do the development. But there's only one thing which you have to really segregate, that is waste. Waste has to be separated, but not the other thing. Religion or caste or then the population should not be really separated. Also, waste is the only thing at source which has to be separated. Next. So now this is our farmer site. See how we are really segregating it. Next. Next. So now coming back to the reality, and we are working, I was actually in a global perspective and coming to one locality, and we are living in a population of 100,000 people, 25,000 households. Our services go every day to all the 25,000 houses by these 125 green ambassadors. So in a day, we are clearing 35 metric tons of waste. And then how we have really categorized all this waste, PET bottles, and then plastics, organic food waste, tin, glass, rubber, less scrap value, drainage, silt, municipality, landfill area, how much it really goes. And if you really see the entire thing, only 4% of our total waste generated goes to the landfill area. So that we are avoiding these people going and then picking up at the landfill area. Is it not a first step? We have a long way to go. If you want to really convert all 30 districts in Tamil Nadu, we have a long way to go, and volunteers like you are needed, and the whole journey has to start from your home. So from your home when it starts, then we will not really need any of this collective collection process at all. Because everybody segregates and give it to the deposition center, then why do we really have to really struggle like this? But we have to really have this realization, and we need to really go next. And then how do we do our organic waste? Then I'm coming to the processing of it, how the business can be really done it. All the organic waste, your vegetable peel or your garden leaves and everything can be really composted. It can be composted, and we are pioneers in doing vermicompost. Way back in 1991 only, we have really established our vermicompost unit from the waste what we are collecting from the residents and households. And then we have given a very good brand name, Excellent Organic Compost. We have really networked with Anna University and Madras University and Manohanmayam University to test our samples. Right now we have our backup support, scientific support with the Murugappa Chettiar Research Center. So they are just analyzing to see that what are all the composition in it, so that whatever we do it, we cannot just say it is just a compost or anything. It is a vermicompost, and it is much better. It gives life to your plants. And so this is all from the waste which we are doing it. Every day we are really treating 30 tons of this kind of organic waste, all our locations put together, and then nearly 10 tons of waste every day you are really or it's a very proven technology for your coffee estate and tea estates and for all our gardens and nurseries and everything. So can't we just make this as a business? We can. We can. From where the raw input is from our own waste, And then this is all the different process. This is all our vermicompost units. It's like a 5-star bathroom, for our worms, they just breed on our organic waste. And this is the main hero in the whole thing is our worms. The worms, they just eat your treated organic waste. They don't ask pizzas and vadas and chutneys. They ask only a treated organic waste nicely pre-digested one with cow dung, and then start eating it, and then we have a very good vermicompost which is really enriching our soil and our trees. Next. And we all know about PET bottle. The PET bottle culture, we don't drink water now from the pipes and canals and everything. Everybody would like to carry a PET bottle. That's a safe drinking water, which we all think that we are drinking a safe drinking water. But that PET bottles, the container, how much it is really coming out? If you really put together all over Chennai, nearly 5 crore PET bottles are really coming every day. Where does it really land? And there's a very big proven industry, and PET bottles can be recycled. It's a proven technology. And then it goes, and it's being grounded, it's making it into pellets, and then it is used as a raw material for the polywoven fabric, Tirupur industry, and internationally it is very well used. So PET bottles recycling process is very well known. But what is the new one which we have now added is PET bottles can be also taken into a very big fiber, nice fiber, and it can be used for agriculture purpose. Because our country is an agriculture country, we need to really see. And we really go to Trichy and Karur area, and with one wind, the banana cultivation is more in those areas. With one wind, the entire banana cultivation, goes into a loss. So it's a very heavy loss for the farmers. So in that, you can just tie it up like banana cultivation and grapes cultivation, you can put a nice fencing. It just, puts the velocity of the wind. So this is another use you can really have it. And this is our, we have just taken 1 acre of leased land near Tirukazhakundram, and with our vermicompost we are doing organic farming. So now it is ready, to pluck up. We just have our own greens, and then Tarposani, and then Purlanga and Mandeka and whatever you just name it, we just do it every 3 months. We are doing it, and people are getting a livelihood out of it. Nice. It's all from our waste. Next. Next is another thing. You have already sustained people have really demonstrated biogas, and earlier we were mixing our food waste and then our vegetable waste, but now we are segregating even food waste. There are many roadside eateries, where they are just putting their food waste into the drain, because the organic, which is really put into the drain, is a very big pollutant to the water bodies. So therefore, we started collecting all the food waste which is really generated in the orphanage and then schools and then leftover foods, and then we are having a community biogas. Every day we are feeding 500 kilos of this food waste which we are collecting it from the locality, and we are generating 50 cubic meter of biogas and converting it into 5 kilowatt of electricity, and we are lighting 3 streets with 90 bulbs of LED lights. So you can come to Kamal and I don't want to go into the details. If there are any biotechnologist graduates are there, they will be very much interested to see how the entire process, but to keep the interest of the entire audience, I will not go into the nitty-gritty details of the process. Next. This is our biogas plant, community biogas plant, and then we are just, that is one is we are using it for the cooking fuel. Next door we have a nurses quarters, we have given the cooking fuel, and then the street lights are being illuminated every day. And then another innovation we have done is temple biogas. In all the temples, you have a lot of Shivratri or Pradosham, in all these days you see Balabhishegam, milk is being as an Abhishegam, Teen Abhishegam, Then after that, Panchamradam Abhishekam, all these things, food waste, it all goes and mixes into the Nalla and it's just polluting into your water bodies. What we have done, we have collected that. In every small temple, nearly 2 kilos to 5 kilos. 2 kilos on a normal day, up to 5 kilos, it can really, on a festival day like Pradosham and all these days, or Shivratri. So those things we just, take it out, and we have installed 2 cubic meter biogas unit in the temples, and then temple is really using that biogas to do that prasadam cooking for 1 hour. All the temples can do it, isn't it? So this is how we have done, and then this 2 cubic meter biogas is equivalent to 0.9 kg of LPG, so that you can just use it for 1 hour cooking. So that's the conversion rate. And this costs only 20,000 rupees for the entire installation. It can go forever if you do not really, harm with the mixed waste. If you just put only organic waste, lifelong you can have it with one investment. Next is, the dry leaves. Because I'm just taking the whole stream of waste what we are collecting it. In a colony, in every house there will be a tenamara, coconut tree. From the coconut tree, there is a tree, during this season, February, March, there will be a lot of leaves will be feathered. And once, the leaf is really littered on the street, our dear neighbors, what they do, they start putting their garbage on it. And they think that is a waste bin, like open plot or the tenamara cake. So what we thought, we just started collecting all these things, and then, we are making charcoal out of it. It is a briquettes. So this is the biomass, all the leaves we just collect it, and these are all the different, leaves, how the time they taken. First, what we make it, we burn it in a slow pyrolysis method. Without oxygen, you burn it and then take it into carbon. Next. Just earlier slide, please.
Earlier slide.
We just make it into carbon and then mix it with the binding material, any starch, any kanji. We just mix it with that and put it in a mold, and then we get the briquettes. That briquette is really very good in calorific value. You can use it for. So how much of generation of employment and entrepreneurship can really come out of the waste? What is the thing you need to have a involvement, and then you have to have your passion. So now the calorific value, it is a proven technology from the Science and Technology Department of Government of India. And we are the disseminators in the whole of Tamil Nadu to do this technology dissemination and backup support with the Murugappa Chettiar Research Center. And all this clean and this molding can be given to the SHG women for the after the training, so they can make a livelihood out of it. Next. This is the plastic thing which I have already touched upon. Here again we have a tie-up with the Central Institute of Plastic Engineering Technology, CPET in Guindy. The students, as a part of their engineering degree, they just are tied up with us, and then they take the samples from all the plastics and everything. They make this kind of different products like soap box and soap tray and all those things. So it's also used as a research purpose by the CPET students. So all along we know about the word of recycling, but now I would like to touch upon about the word of upcycling. Have you heard of upcycling of the plastics? So now what we do is, in upcycling mechanism, we add value to the entire from recycling. You are just converting it into different product. So in that process, the quality may go little bit less. But in upcycling it, we are adding the value of the whole thing. So what we do, there is a less scrap value. So whatever I have been talking about, it's all the products which has a value. But there is one product which doesn't have any scrap value. That is our carry bag. Less than 20 microns or 40 microns, because wherever you go to a grocery shop or vegetable shop and everything, and you get that, still you get that in that pipe. Or another thing is this Tata Water Plus, the recent invention by Tata, this thing. You are all drinking Tata Water Plus water. Have you seen it in the thing? It comes in the bottle, in PET bottle as well as in the sachets. So that packaging is really a laminated package. The laminates will not, all our rag pickers or our green ambassadors, they will not even touch upon them because it doesn't give them any value. You have to really go them and see which one will value. They will just take it out. We had done extensive survey on it, making these people to pick it up on the roadside. Nobody came forward to pick up those, carry bag and this water bottle because it doesn't give them any money. So then, we have been really, doing and then doing researching and everything. Then, we have gone into an upcycling process. And now, with those kind of, startups and the carry bag, we take it out. Next. And this small one, how much is the sachets? In each one, we make into 2 meter kind of strip. The plastic, the one, we make it into 2 meters kind of plastic. This is our Nattam Karicheri unit near Tirukazhakundram, 7 kilometers from Tirukazhakundram. We have a weaving unit. So that, we are converting all this, less scrap and plastics and everything into a handmade products which are internationally can use it. I will just show you, Raja will just show you around what are the products we are making. This is a laptop bag. This is from the scrap. This is from the carry bag. This is a laptop bag. Recently we have used this, in an international conference, within the 2 universities. We have just given them as a conference bag. This is the file holder. And in this, then, our products. This is a lady's handbag from the laminated water pouch. This is a cash bag. So like that, we have lot of, thing. You can, this is a pencil pouch for our small children, So all these things we do it through a handloom cottage industry. So what it's all 100% hand woven products. And it gives them a dwindling cottage industry because, now all the skilled weavers, that profession is really at a stake. Because all the power looms have come in, so they don't have a job. So that kind of silk weavers we just got in, and then we put the handloom, and curry, and then through the curry, we just make all these things. I invite you all, on any Saturday, Sunday to visit our Nattam Karicheri unit. That will give them a great motivation for our, women and our, weavers, to do this job in a much motivated manner. Next. So these are all the bags. So we have given the name, like as for our vermicompost, we have given a name as XORCO, Excellent Organic Compost. Our name here is Project Avatar. It has taken a different avatar. So from the dump site, it has taken a different avatar. Next. These are all the bags which we make it. So now the Project Avatar is really complements to our environmental issues. It really prevents all these things, less scrap value products going to the landfill. And then it reduces dumping of plastic in the landfills and litter on the roadside, reduces clogging of the soil, increases permeability of rainwater into the water bodies, helps recharge water bodies, and then we don't use any extra power outside, electricity we don't do it in converting entire process. Everything is a labor intense. By handloom method, we are doing it. We don't use any extra, electricity to make these products. And social benefits. Hundreds of women, 100 families are getting benefit out of it. And then, they are really, it really retains its charm as a handloom industry. And then it provides and improves employable skills to many women in the project area. And then, we are most of these people are below the poverty line and coming from the most, oppressed community like a scheduled caste community and most backward community. It gives them a dignity of life. Next. So now I just come to the economics of it. Next please. And then, in these families, the children are the first generation graduates. Now in few more months, years, we will not get this kind of a labor at all. Because all the children, now many of us, their children are in IT industry and they are in the engineering colleges and polytechnic colleges. What else you really need if you really do a service to the community, and the most oppressed community families are sending their children to people like you? Is it not a very satisfying, phenomenon for our service to the people? That's what, the whole thing, we have been able to do. Many of our children of our green ambassadors or the first generation graduates in the community. Next. So this is all the some of the workforce what we are involving it as 180 green ambassadors. 80% of them are all women. And then we have a vehicle to carry it. And then the cleaning mechanism, how many of them are really involved? How many of them are involved in bobbing? And how many of them involved in the do you all have any idea how the textile industry functions? How many of you know about it? So like there is it's a bobbin. Then I'll just show you next thing. This is how we collecting the whole process, then segregating it. Next. Then we are just taking it through the vehicle to our unit in Nathamkaricheri. Again there we are just with Anna University, because whatever we do it, we always have a research backup and scientific support we have it. And then after washing it, then we should not be polluting the soil. Therefore we are recycling the water. From the recycled water only we just grow the organic vegetables and everything. So after washing it, then we cut into strips. It's all hand, this thing, it's a round, you should cut it. That's the technique in it. So all our women are well trained, and the small thing it comes to 2 meters length of the fiber. Then all these carry bags, it comes in different colors. Yellow color or grey color or blue color, black color. We just sort out according to it. If you really come it like a fish market, we just we just sort out all those things. According to the design, we just we don't add any colors at all. It's all the natural thing what we are doing. Next. First is we have to do the bobbing. And then you have to put it, that is a bobbin stand. Second one is a bobbin stand. So according to the design what we are going to take, whether it is a laptop bag or it is a file or folder or it's a cash bag or a window, this thing, we just sort out how many bobbins we'll really need. Our weavers are very good, they know about it. 36 or 62 or 72 like this. Then the bobbins, that is known as bobbin stand. From the bobbin stand it has to go to the warping stand. Warping is the one where we put all the thread. It's a cotton thread. That is why we say it's an upcycling process, because from the thing we are just adding value. The plastics is being mixed with the cotton thread. In one thread is a cotton thread. Then it comes to the warping stand. Then it goes to the thing. All our warping is the cotton thread. For the weft, all these plastic strips are really come. The warping is cotton, weft is our plastic. That is why these products are so durable. Even if you want to tear it also, it will not really tear it. We have lot of window blinds and everything. If you come to our office, we have all the exhibitions we have. So this is how it is being done. And then in the difference between the cloth weaving and this weaving, you can just have a cloth weaving, any meters, and then you can cut into thing and make into a design. Whereas here, according to the design what we are going to make it, we have to weave it. See, each time it is a separate weaving, separate warping, separate weft, we need to really make it. Because if we cut it again, it will not really stay, hard. Therefore, we need to really, make this thing. That's the difference between the cotton designing and the plastic designing. Then how do we really market all these things? We go to all road shows. And like today also we brought all our stuff here. We go to many road shows on Sundays and everything in all the IT companies and wherever they call us. We just go with only with our own banner and then sit it. And then we just make it. It is for a cause. This cannot be sold in Ranganathan Street. It has to really everybody should know the value of it and how much of plastic you are, by buying this, how much you are really saving to your planet. That is more interested rather than buying the product. Everybody it is for a cause. Next. And then to conclude it, all these waste, if you really see the cost, there are 3 costs are involved. One is the environmental cost. Okay, if you want to really reduce your global warming, and if you want to contribute to really make this planet as green as you are all involved and you are all natural lovers, and we need to really save this cost. And then social cost, health hazard. From the beginning I've been talking about, if you see the economics, if you really see our municipalities and local bodies, the amount of money what they are, when I was just talking with Peter in the morning, enormous amount of money is being spent on it, out of which 90% is really paid only for the vehicles and the manpower. and then only the collection process is only 50% only they do the collection, other 50% is really littered on the street and 50% is really dumped on the dump site. It is your money, taxpayers' money is being used. We don't really realize it because we just throw our garbage outside and see municipality will come and clear it. But you and I are paying for it. They are just in a very unprofessional manner, they are collecting it, dumping it at the waste site, and it is causing pollution. So this awareness, I would like to really stress upon this in the literary group like you, nature lovers like you. We need to say you and I are paying for it. And that payment should be beneficial to really address your environmental cost, social cost, and then whole economic cost. So what is the Taraka Mantra? As I said in the beginning, segregation at source is the main strategy. But the strategy what we need to really, which you are all involved is environmental awareness in the area of waste management, very important from the global perspective and resource management. If you want to convert this waste as a useless material, to make it into a business and to make it as a raw material for your business, I think if you want to make it as a resource management, all of us have to rethink, reinvent, how best I can really do the resource management. It is the management, it's a business, it's a science, it's no more a waste. So now it is a glamorous subject for all of us, isn't it? So this is how we would like to really see this waste is really a very, very profitable business inputs so that we need to really do it. But our government is thinking in a different way because once I start practicing like this, they say, you collect my waste on the roadside, you pay for me. So we go with a very good intention. At the end of the day, for collecting the waste, I have to pay. Many multinationals are very happy to come in that way, and they are buying waste, the mixed waste, and then they say we are doing RDF and this power to waste to energy, all these things. If it can be solved locally, and our India is still a developing country, still people are jobless. And then is it not our duty to really create employment opportunity, give a local employment at the local level where the waste is being generated? And then what we do, we just hire 25 kilometers away. And then at common, now the government has come with a new phenomenon of a zonal dump yard. Like 2 or 3 municipalities will have a common thing. Then again, the waste have to travel 50 kilometers. In my opinion, waste should not be traveling more than 2 kilometers. So 2 kilometers you can walk around and you can process it. Because your money, your taxpayers' money, my taxpayers' money are being used to really give a big contract and everything to do that kind of a thing. And again it's a missionary. But when India is particularly, as I said, is the second largest in population, we should really see it as a decentralized mechanism of waste management rather than a centralized mechanism and utilizing big capital costs and big machinery. So conclude is one man's junk is another man's treasure. So this is the mantra. I think we need to really have it. Unga kuppa enakku mooladhanam. So that concept I think we need to really propagate to everybody. So I would like to really thank the esteemed audience for having your patient listening so far. And then I'll be very happy to really answer to any of the burning questions you have, because we have talked about a burning issue which is really bothering all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was such an inspiring session for all of us. And I'm sure we're going to take back learning lessons from your presentation. Any questions? She can probably take it outside because we are running short of time. And the next speaker for the day, before we move on, we have a memento and a sapling to be presented to Dr. Ms. Mangalam. I request Basumitra Basu to give away the memento and the Polamaa sapling. Thank you so much for being with us here.
started a little bit late, so instead of having questions in the room, if anyone has specific questions for Dr. Mangalam, please just join her outside. You can spend all the time there to have any doubts clarified. We just want to go on with the next speaker, not to delay the entire program.
We have with us here Mr. Mansoor Khan to present on the topic, the third curve. Wondering what a third curve is? Well, I think we need to wait and watch what he has to say. But before that, I would like to give you a quick introduction of Mr. Mansoor. An alumnus of IIT Mumbai, Cornell University and MIT Boston, he began his career as a filmmaker and went on to make feature films that won several national awards. In 2013, he moved to Kannur to realize his life's aspiration of starting a self-supporting organic farm. Spread over 22 acres, the farm, Acres Wild, plays host to those seeking an alternative lifestyle experience. The third curve, the end of growth as we know it, is the outcome of Mansoor's own journey, an extensively researched piece of work that examines the correlation between the compulsions of economic growth and the limits imposed on us by nature. The third curve is one part of the trilogy that includes a second work of non-fiction which examines the pathogenic nature of civilization. On to Mr. Mansoor Khan. The blood donation camp is on, so whoever wants to donate blood can please move to the venue. Thanks.
If you see the economics, if you really see our municipalities and local bodies, the amount of money what they are, when I was just talking with Peter in the morning, enormous amount of money is being spent on it, out of which 90% is really paid only for the vehicles and the manpower, and then only the collection process is only 50% only they do the collection, another 50% is really littered on the street and 50% is really dumped on the dump site. It is your money, taxpayers' money is being used. We don't really realize it because we just throw our garbage outside and see municipality will come and clear it. But you and I are paying for it. They are just in a very unprofessional manner, they are collecting it, dumping it at the waste side, and it is causing pollution. So this awareness, I would like to really stress upon this in the literary group like you, nature lovers like you. We need to say you and I are paying for it. And that payment should be beneficial to really address your environmental cost, social cost, and then whole economic cost. So what is the Taraka Mantra? As I said in the beginning, segregation at source is the main strategy. But the strategy what we need to really, which you are all involved is environmental awareness in the area of waste management, very important from the global perspective and resource management. If you want to convert this waste as a useless material, to make it into a business and to make it as a raw material for your business, I think if you want to make it as a resource management, all of us have to reinvent, how best I can really do the resource management. It is the management, it's a business, it's a science, it's no more a waste. So now it is a glamorous subject for all of us, isn't it? So this is how we would like to really see this waste is really a very, very profitable business inputs so that we need to really do it. But our government is thinking in a different way because once I start practicing like this, they say, you collect my waste on the roadside, you pay for me. So we go with a very good intention. At the end of the day, for collecting the waste, I have to pay. Many multinationals are very happy to come in that way, and they are buying waste, the mixed waste, and then they say we are doing RDF and this power to waste to energy, all these things. If it can be solved locally, and our India is still a developing country, still people are jobless. And then is it not our duty to really create employment opportunity, give a local employment at the local level where the waste is being generated? And then what we do is we just hire 25 kilometers away And then now the government has come with a new phenomenon of a zonal dump yard, like 2 or 3 municipalities will have a common thing. Then again, the waste have to travel 50 kilometers. In my opinion, waste should not be traveling more than 2 kilometers. So 2 kilometers you can walk around and then you can process it. Because your money, your taxpayers' money, my taxpayers' money are being used to really, give a big contract and everything to do that kind of a thing. And again, it's a missionary. But when India is particularly, as I said, is the second largest in population, we should really, see it as a decentralized mechanism of waste management rather than a centralized mechanism and utilizing big capital costs and big machinery. So conclude is one man's junk is another man's treasure. So this is the mantra I think we need to really have it. Unga kuppa enakku mooladhanam. So that concept I think we need to really propagate to everybody. So I would like to really thank the esteemed audience for having your patient listening so far. And then I'll be very happy to really answer to any of the burning questions you have, because we have talked about a burning issue which is really bothering all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was such an inspiring session for all of us. And I'm sure we're going to take back learning lessons from your presentation. Any questions? She can probably take it outside because we are running short of time. And the next speaker for the day, before we move on, we have a memento and a sapling to be presented to Dr. Ms. Mangalam. I request Basumitra Basu to give away the memento and the Polamaa sapling. Thank you so much for being with us here.
So we started a little bit late, so instead of having questions in the room, if anyone has specific questions for Dr. Mangalam, please just join her outside. You can spend all the time there to have any doubts clarified. We just want to go on with the next speaker, not to delay the entire program.